Hello again, Honky Tonks. Now here's a fact for you. If it was you or I, or you and me, who assaulted armed police officers, in fact any police officers, and put a number of them in hospital with serious injuries, including a female police officer with a broken nose, we'd be sitting in the cell right now looking at years in prison. If I remember, breaking a nose is GBH section 18, am I right? Correct me in the comments. Anyway, I am of course talking about the Manchester airport incident where those two lads are still walking the streets after doing what they did, even though it's on camera. Now this whole incident, we don't know why it started, but it escalated and they attacked the police officers. Police officers didn't attack them or agitate them in any way whatsoever. And then a partial video was shown on social media, the bit where one of them was on the floor, one of the armed police officers kicks him in the head, and that's all we saw. And of course all the lefties and certain community jumped on that as some sort of phobia, and the police were institutionally racist, and the mainstream media jumped on them, and the police officer was immediately suspended. And then these two lads were represented by a dodgy lawyer from Birmingham, and then the whole video came out and it all turned. And then the two agitators, the two lads and the mother, they all dropped suing the police because the truth came out. The real context here was on show for everyone. One of them even punched their own mother in the face. Go figure. Now this whole thing happened months ago, months and months ago, considering what they did compared to Lucy Connolly, who is in court shortly, in a few days I think, and she's looking at a substantial prison sentence for writing something stupid on Facebook and then immediately retracting it and apologising. She's going to jail for that, even though there's no proof that what people did so because of her Facebook post. It's crazy. Two-tier policing, ladies and gents, it really is. It's a thing, it really exists. Now the question I'm sure many of you are asking, including myself, is why are these two lads walking the streets? Why do they have their freedom? Why do they have their liberty? I mean, they could just jump the country and go back whence they came. But, ah dear, it's crazy. But rumours abound that apparently they have a few relatives in Manchester Police, make of that what you will. And also the police, I think it's the IOPC or the IPCC, one of them, correct me in the comments, are still investigating the police officer for kicking the lad in the head. So yeah, they're concentrating more on that than what actually happened leading up to it, which caused it, even though there's a full video, and they're dragging their heels, really dragging their heels. So anyway, here comes Nigel Farage, Richard Tice and Reform Party to the rescue. Now, it's part stunt, obviously, because it's politics, but it's taken this for Manchester Police to send the file to the Criminal Prosecution Service, finally. And it shouldn't have come to this at all, should it? It shouldn't take a stunt from a rival political party for Yvette Cooper, the Home Secretary, Labour Party Home Secretary, to finally do something about it. She issued a statement, didn't she, around the time of the protest and riots. We take these things seriously, the law will come down hard on you, blah de blah blah. But if you assault police officers, then, you know, if you take boxes especially, then, you know, we'll turn a blind eye. Nothing to do with us. Nothing's happening here, Gov. It's disgusting. It really is disgusting. The state of the law in this country it needs reforming root and stem. It has been infected by the cancer of political correctness, and this cancer has spread through it like fire. It's quite easy to spot. It's everywhere. It's blatant. It's out in the open. They do it in front of cameras, and they've no shame. They know what they're doing, and they've been indoctrinated by this woke ideology, and that's why it's one of the infrastructures in this country that's failing, you know, rapidly. And how sad is that? Now, what the Reform Party are doing is they're raising funds via GoFundMe, I believe. They'll get reported and taken down because they're targeting, you know, a demographic, and it's Islamophobic and racist, the usual tropes. And they're going to raise all this money to bring a private prosecution against the two lads who did this. Whether that results in a jail sentence, I don't know. They'll probably get found guilty. I mean, if it's a private, does it go to a civil court? Is it a civil matter? I can't remember. I used to remember all this stuff when I was in the prison service, but you know, knowledge does fade. Remind me tell me in the comments, if it's a private prosecution, does it go to a civil court, and is it a civil matter? If so, it won't be a jail sentence, won't it? It'll be a huge fine and some other restrictions or orders placed on them, but they need to be behind bars for what they did. They really do. These two are just, if you look at the savagery of the way they assaulted those coppers, it was bad. I mean, one of them, I did mention, hit their own mother, punched their own mother in the face. And they're walking the streets. It's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy. It's the two-tier aspect of it. If it was you and me, like I said, we'd be sitting inside, not walking the streets right now. It'll be straight to Nick. The lad who shouted at a police dog during the protests, he's in jail. A few people who wrote on social media, they're in jail, looking at 3-year plus sentences. And these guys are walking the streets. It's not right, is it? And when we're questioning this, we're called far right. That's how it works now. We can't question this stuff because we're all sorts of names the left call us: Nazis, fascist, racist, Islamophobes, bigoted. I just don't want to see people committing crime, violent crime against the police who are meant to protect us. And if I did it, I'd expect to be treated the same. No, I want them to be treated the same as me, i.e. prosecuted to the full, but they're not. People need to be asking questions like why? Why is that? I think there are many questions here that need answering, to be honest with you. I don't think it's as straightforward as we're led to believe. It runs deep, it's sinister, it's not right. And the government has something to do with it. But that's just my theory. Anyway, there we go. I'm Paz49, thanks for watching. And until the next time, Roger Trout. Hi, I'm Paz49 off that video you just watched, and I want to thank you for all the comments, likes and shares. But now it's time to hit that subscribe button.